Alright, welcome. Today we are going to go over some territory war defenses that I'm using currently. And these are just generalized concepts for what can work. So, three of the main ones we have is, and this is like just ones I've heard from other guilds using for cheaper ones. These are all based on 12 stars and under, by the way. So, you won't find full 5-star teams here. But one really good one here is the Water Dome, Tree Bear, and Firehog Chef. It's a staple cheap team to use, and it can clear actually quite a wide variety of stuff, and you can use it on attack or defense. So it's a pretty solid team, and we'll go through them in a minute where I'll just defense test, and I'll probably just use the Water Dome, Tree Bear, Firehawk Chef for the attack team, just to showcase it a bit. But the other fun team is just basic cleave, attack bar boost, defense break, AoE. Um, Probably better for attack, but if it does its thing on defense correctly, then it will probably just wipe people unexpectedly. Um, Another fun one is this water bomber, fire bear, tree puppet defense. And so basically, how it works is you have your fire bear here. You have immunity put up by your tree puppet. You make it as fast as possible. Mine obviously needs more speed. That's besides the point. But it puts out immunity, and its passive makes it so a unit can't die uh, after gain hit. Like, or how is it worded? An attack that would kill you is prevented and grants this unit an extra turn. You have a revive on the water bomber, and so basically how it works is you're just hoping, like, if the enemy uses AoE attacks to clear both the water bomber and the tree puppet artist, they're gonna hit the fire bear, who's then gonna retaliate and hit really hard back. And it's just kind of an annoying comp because if the water bomber gets his bombs out and you don't have a cleanser, it will mess up your team pretty bad, especially if you get bombs into the fire bear AoE. Then it kind of just nukes your whole team. Overall, a really fun one. And then these other three teams I have are just ones I've been messing around with. They're not anything my guild has told me to use. This one's just kind of a nuisance because you have the first turn. You have, I have this one on the immortal set. I probably should I would put my other one in, but he's on different defense. Typically you want him on bash. And then also I have, let's not do that. I have my Dark Dome Fighter on triple revenge with a decent bit of resistance and defense, and just for stuns, because just you'll stun two people half the time. Down here, this is more of a 12-star defense. Um, Water Barbarian. Why do I keep clicking on them? Water Barbarian's pretty good. I have him on a double faith and one set zeal, so you can't stun him immediately. And then if you hit him, he just gains a lot of action bar. He's really frustrating to deal with this build. There are other builds. I've seen people run refresh. I've seen people just go full DPS. It's your choice. I prefer this build. It works really good. And as soon as I can get more crit rate and crit damage and a bit more attack, and honestly just a better IV one, this guy will be a lot stronger. In this comp, I also have Tree Bomb Man because, like I was saying earlier, he has a really strong bomb he puts down, and also he just is hard to kill while he has the bomb out because he has a 70% chance of getting glanced when he has that out. And then to top it all off, I have Dome Fighter here because this unit just nukes people. This third skill, it don't like people. It will just one tap you if you're not careful. Last but not least, my probably worst team here is this one. Probably not going to go over it. Don't recommend it. Not a good team. In fact, let me just delete that from here. Anyways, let's go through the teams. And we'll start with this one. And we'll defense it with a mirror match. Fun fact. So, and I'm just going to run these on auto. I'm not going to manually play them out because I just don't feel like it, honestly. How I recommend you, I said, I think I said it earlier, but your tree bear should be on bash and corrupt. That is probably the best way to gear him because the bash is just really frustrating with his counterattacks, but also the corrupt allows it to deal with the bruiser comps that are very, very rampant right now. It's not going to guarantee work, but it'll just help your chances. Your fire or your water dome fighter should also have a lot more crit than mine. Mine is just pure defense and a little bit of resistance. definitely have high resistance, high defense, and more crit. So he actually or she actually hits hard. And then your Firehawk Chef should be a lot tankier than mine. Mine is pretty weak because it's leftover gear. And I know this match might seem a little stally. It's just because it's the mirror match. Overall, like just a really annoying defense to go against. And come on, kill Tree Bear. There we go. All right. And just because you see these defenses lose, I it's just because this is such a strong offense for this basic type of testing. But like, let's see here. If the defense does the things right, I think they just oh oh close. I mean, look, it took out my healer. If there was the defense break, I think I would have lost my whole team there. This Dark Bookworm's like really strong. But that's kind of the downfall of this team is if it doesn't one tap, then it doesn't usually win. Like it's kind of meant to do the whole one tap thing. And if you don't have Dark Bookworm, it is actually meant to have Tree Bookworm. I just put Dark Bookworm because that's the one I have geared up currently. Anyways, let's go into this team. This team is super annoying if the person has a good build for it. I think my Firebear has kind of a mid build. But yeah, look, they just get the immunity, bombs out, and now it's just really frustrating. Yeah, my Firebear needs a lot more damage, but that's besides the point. That's a future issue. Also, I just realized my tree puppet is only level 50. That is a problem. Should definitely 6-star her when I get a chance. But like, look, you just have the immunity up all the time. You have the revive that you saw proc on the water bomber not too long ago. Firebear is gonna, yeah, Firebear did Firebear things, and Water Bomber put his bombs out again. I mean, if it wasn't this team, I think I'd lose this like half the time. I might still lose this. Oh, yeah. If my guy had more damage, he definitely just like wins against this team. Yeah, mine's very poorly geared. You only need 70% crit rate, by the way, because this gives him crit up before he attacks. So, fun fact. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to. We'll do this. We'll do the Merc Mother one, and then we'll do the Water Barb Blast. Water Barb is my favorite unit now, by the way. He's just a really interesting one. It's crazy how much he can survive if he's not instantly nuked. And we might see that, hopefully. Hopefully my Tree Bear doesn't just, like, decide to solo. So far, so good, though. I mean, you can see how annoying this team is. It's like you have the taunts, you have the stuns, you have the nuke and the Water Merc Mother. This is a really frustrating team to deal with. And I'm sure if I had my dark, what is it? Dark Dome Fighter on some more offensive stats, like some crit damage and rate, I'm sure it would be even more annoying because you would just have the constant damage coming back and hitting multiple units. But even without that, like, look, it's just down to Tree Bear versus them. Yeah, that kind of just shows how crazy they are, though. They just beat this team. Okay. Anyways, though, last but not least, it's the Mr. Barbarian, Water Barb, and Tree Bomber, and the Fire Dome. It's just such a fun unit, the Water Barb. If you don't have them, definitely just do water pulls because water pulls get you a lot of units you need anyways, and he's a good one even if it's not like what you wanted. I do need more resistance on mine though, so he doesn't just get taunted all the time or stunned. But that's just gear issues on my end. Or I need to run him with Fire Hog, but I don't have a Fire Hog chef built, like an extra one built for this. So where normally he like gets his bonus turns and stuff. Wonder if it. Oh, he's not going on cooldown because he's not stunned, isn't it? I want to retry this. Maybe I need to run a different lead. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder if they will change the units to where you can set what the AI does, because it would be a definitely an interesting change for the game to where you could set your defense AI. Because like, look at this. Imagine if you could make it to where your tree bomber always puts the bomb down and your fire dome fighter always does the ignore defense. Would that not be just crazy? What's going on here? Yeah, like now it's better now that everything decided to actually work a little bit. Don't worry, I think Tree Bear still wins this, but once again, that's kind of just a gear diff. Yeah. Or unit diff because Tree Bear just kind of go burr. Well, anyways, that is my defenses that I have built, and I hope some of these are ones you guys or that you guys will build and find use for. So, yeah. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Peace.